Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara France takes place on the early prelims of UFC 245, Usman versus Covington this weekend. I can't wait for this one. This is, and I don't understand the placement on the card, Chase Hooper, a guy who's 6-0, making his UFC debut against Daniel Tamer, a guy who has a 50-50 record almost, is headlining the early prelims, and two of the top 10 flyweights in the world are put below them on the card. I will never understand this, but the UFC continues to do it. I'm going with Brandon Moreno here. I think he's going to win the fight, and I think he's going to win it quite impressively. He's a huge guy for flyweight, a very large guy for flyweight, and I like Kai Kara France. Don't get me wrong, I like Kai Kara France. And he's on a bit of a win streak right now. But if you look at all of his fights recently, they've been very close, okay? And the one against Rowley and Pava arguably could have gone either way. A lot of people thought that Pava won that fight. But if you look at his fights, I mean, they're dangerously close in my opinion. And then you've got Brandon Moreno, who's coming off a draw with Askar Askarov, which I thought he should have won, to be honest with you. Lost to Alejandro Pantoja, lost to Sergio Pettis. But then again, these guys at flyweight were the top 3, top 4. These are the best guys in the world at flyweight. I don't mind these losses. And with Kai Kara France, I feel like as he's been progressing through the competition level, things have been getting more and more close, more and more competitive. And I think he's taken another jump up again in Brandon Moreno, and a big guy for the division in Brandon Moreno as well. I think it's going to backfire on him. I think he's going to lose to Brandon Moreno. Moreno's got a reach advantage. Kai Kara France is very good. I just feel like Moreno's been doing this a while. He's still a young guy, which people don't give him credit for. So's Kai Kara France, but Moreno's still a young guy in this game. Both these guys, 26 years old. I think I'm going to go with the bigger guy, Brandon Moreno. I see them both as equals, so I'm betting on the bigger guy. I think they're very equal in terms of skill, so I'm going to go with the guy with a bit more weight behind him in terms of those grappling situations. And on the feet, Brandon Moreno's comfortable as well. I could see Brandon Moreno almost entirely going for a ground attack game. The entire fight. Just try and get it to the ground. Take Kai Kara France off his feet. Be the bigger guy on top. And see how it goes for him. Because when you think about it, 15 wins for Brandon Moreno. 10 of them by submission. You know? I feel like he could have real success if he went to take down Kai Kara France. Because on the feet, Kai Kara France is dangerous. I respect that. He comes forward. He has like an off-brand TJ Dillashaw kind of style. He switches stances a lot when he comes forward. He throws a lot in combination as well. Moves his head on the inside. I just feel like the power's on Brandon Moreno's side. The size is on Brandon Moreno's side. The options in the fight as well. I don't see Kai Kara France trying to dominate this on the ground. That's not where he's going to win the fight. He has to keep it on the feet. Brandon Moreno could strike if he wants. He could also go for takedowns. I'm going for the options of Moreno. I think he's going to take this one home. I really thought he won his last fight as well against Askar Askarov. And Askar Askarov himself, I mean, you're talking 10-0. Has yet to be defeated. You know? Like, how many fights? No decisions at all in his entire career. A flyweight, 10-0, from Dagestan, Russia, has finished every single one of his opponents at flyweight, and I thought that Brandon Moreno beat him, but they gave it a draw. Brandon Moreno is a savage. I think people forgot about him. And I don't think people credit flyweights enough. There's like brackets to the division, and I think Kai Kara France is going to reach his limit. But Kai Kara France is still young. I could see him being champion one day. He's with an amazing gym. I like that gym. City Kickboxing in New Zealand. Doesn't get enough credit. And if he does win, I want him to win personally, because I think he's got more potential to be a star in the division. He has links to Israel Adesanya, and you notice that guys who are teammates or very close with very famous UFC fighters as well, they seem to get a lot of rub from the stardom. Like Artem Lobov from Conor McGregor, you know? Gunnar Nelson from Conor McGregor. He got a bunch of new fans because he was known to train with Conor McGregor. Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, has got a lot of stardom because of Israel Adesanya's success. And I think it's going to be the same thing with Kai Kara France. I can see him being a star. I want him to win this fight so badly. I just feel like Brandon Moreno is a big boy. He's been at the top of the game. He's fought some of the best in the division in Alejandro Pantoja, Sergio Pettis, who has a win over Joseph Benavidez, who's now going to be fighting for the title. That was a very close fight for Sergio Pettis, Joseph Benavidez, but I mean, those aren't bad losses. He's beat Dustin Ortiz, who is very highly ranked. Lewis Smolka. I'm going with him. I'm going with Brandon Moreno. And whoever wins this fight, listen, Formiga needs an opponent. And he's a top-ranked contender. So there's a lot at stake here. If you look at the flyweight rankings, you've got Brandon Moreno 5, Kai Kara-France number 6. The winner of that could go above to number 4, perhaps. And we'll see what happens from there. But Jose Formiga's sitting at number 2, and he needs an opponent. So there's real potential here. 2 fights away from title shots are both these gentlemen at 26 years old. I'm going with Brandon Moreno. I think it's going to be close, but I think he'll dominate on the ground. And I think he'll have some fun on the feet as well, just being the bigger guy and being the bully. I could maybe see Kai Kara-France win in round 3. I don't see the power from Kai Kara-France anymore, the way he changed his style recently to finish fights. I think Moreno will survive round 3, win the first 2 rounds with his size and his strength in the grappling. And it's going to be a unanimous decision victory for Brandon Moreno. Good fight though. It should definitely be headlining the early prelims, or even be on the prelims. Because, I mean, UFC's got to start showing off the ranked fighters, because it's about who's the best. You know, I feel like it's about who's the best. I hate seeing ranked fighters on the prelims of fight nights. The main card is your focus point. That's what you're selling to your audience. You don't want to put these new guys because they've got, or this girl because she's got nice tits on the main card and she has no fighting skill whatsoever. You want to show off the best. When people watch UFC, they want to watch the best fighters in the world. That's what your brand is. So I don't know why Kai Kara-France versus Brandon Moreno is on the early fucking prelims and is second to the early prelim headliner to Chase Hooper, a guy who's coming off a draw, 6-0, 20 years old. Daniel Tamer, 7-3, is headlining the prelims. And he lost to Chris Fishgold. Before that, he lost to Julio Arce. He's 1-2 in the UFC after a big win over Sung Bing Yo. You know that guy? No one fucking knows who that guy is. I don't know why they do this, but fuck it. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. Goodbye.